How you doing, folks? Papa Joe here. I know, start the video and then I hide underneath the camera. See how I am? I just stopped. Did my computer nonsense to get off the books. And jump back there and warm me up some hot dogs and a bowl of chili. Good stuff. I was on the phone with an old boy while I was getting ready. I was debating. Well, don't want burritos and chili, which are the frozen burritos. Hot dogs and chili. And open my ice box. And, oh, well, I've got pulled pork. I think I'm going to have hot dogs. And like, oh, man. All those decisions and you choose hot dogs? I like hot dogs. I get burnt out on them. But I like hot dogs. And I get the Bar S. I don't know if you have that brand around here or not. I get the Bar S hot dogs. I like them. And I get the beef ones. I don't get the chicken and all that. And I eat Wolf brand chili. If y'all have that around you. Good stuff, but whew, I liked it the first time. But, you know, what he don't get is burritos are in the freezer. The pulled pork, it's sitting in the back of the ice box, but it's froze. Hot dogs were thawed out. They need to get ate. Hold on a minute. Whew, back with you. Started sneezing and all that.
Continue on this road for 67 miles. Way station ahead.
The load that I was going to deliver today, when I was supposed to be there at 10 o'clock, I couldn't get it there until about 3:30. They been doing better about not blowing my nose while making the video. But it's a natural body function. Dispatch didn't let me know yesterday. He found out yesterday. They quit receiving at 1 o'clock. Wasn't no way. So he wanted me to bring it to the yard. Okay. But see, I got up early this morning and went without breakfast because I was at a rest area. And I wasn't really hungry, or I've got food. But not breakfast food back there to speak of. And matter of fact, I got some gravy, canned gravy back there that's pretty decent. But if he had told me this information yesterday, I could have slept later this morning. One of the few mornings that I could have rolled over and went back to sleep. But I got on up, which left me fighting with Dallas traffic, rush hour traffic, in the rain. Thank you very much. I could have scheduled my whole day differently. It cost me over an hour getting through Dallas traffic this morning. That's kind of aggravating. Then, hold on, nose thing. So then, I got it to the yard, and I felt a little something in my front end I wasn't liking of the truck. And I asked JT if he'd put an extra eyeball on it for me. So he did, and he greased it and whatnot. But I did my paperwork, and I was gonna go turn it into the girls, which I did do. On my way through the office, owner sitting in his office, I just go on in there and plop down, start harassing him. And yeah, as I do, he's a pretty cool old boy. Well, actually, he started harassing me first this time. So I can take it and I can dish it out. So we commenced a hoopla in there, and I told him I'd pulled the plug on the radio station. That commercial that I kept reminding him to play, that was for this company. And they're a pretty good outfit overall. But he asked me, he had seen me pulling the truck into the shop. What's wrong with the truck, Joe? I said, nothing really. I don't think. So I told him, I had a little road walking going in it. I said, but I got a light load, heavy winds, rutted roads. I said, I think it was just the road and the wind. But I asked JT to give it an eyeball while he checks it out. 'Cause we pull in and they'll check stuff out. Now, they understand that sometimes we just have to turn and burn. And last few times, that's what I've done, is just turn and burn. They don't really get to eyeball the truck too much. So I pulled it all in there, and they check all the tires, check the tread depth, check the air pressures. They check the truck out. And I don't like to go more than a couple of trips without them doing that. Which the owner's good with that. That's why he's got the shop and them boys out there. He had told me when I started driving this truck, I put 31,000 miles on it so far. JT told me that. And he had told me he didn't want to go over 225 to 250,000 without the DEF filter being changed. Okay. Well, at 225, I let him know in the shop. And I'd asked Larry when he told me that, I said, what's some tattletale signs that that filter's messing up? And he told me, it'll start regenning a lot, all this other stuff. And, okay. This thing hardly ever regens. So, at 25,000, 225,000, I let JT know, alright, it's getting up on that mile mark, boss man wanted it checked out. He talked to me, man, we're going to let it slide a little longer. Okay, I'm good with that. So we have. So when I got in there today, told him about the front end, and I said, 231,000. Don't forget about that DEF filter. He said, actually, me and Larry was talking about that this morning. Cool. Oh, he said, I'll text him and we'll chat about it. And I said, I'm going in the office. I'll go in there and harass him. I ain't scared. So we discussed that. And he says, where are you going now? I said, I don't know. I ain't been dispatched to my knowledge. He said, well, let's just find out. So he jumped up. Well, we jumped up. We went in the dispatch office. He's like, where's Joe going? Dallas and Buda. Both Texas. When they got to be there? When they got to leave? He said, whatever. when they got delivered, whenever. Me and him talked for right there in the dispatch. And he says, man, just go ahead and run it. You ain't having issues. Go ahead and run it. But we damn sure want it changed in the next 9,000 miles. All right? It's your truck. Your call. So I had asked them when they said Buddha, I said, now you loading me out to the house there? So, you know, I told dispatch Monday that I need a full weekend at the house. I'm ready for it. Actually, I said, if I ask for a full weekend off, am I going to get laid over on the yard again? Remember back? And so the general manager, she jumped up right quick, and she said, no, we're going to bring you back to the yard. All right. This is only Wednesday. I'll kick stuff off Thursday, get reloaded. I can be back to the yard late Thursday or early Friday. And that's what I assumed was going to happen. So I know Warren got going, and I get a message, he got me a load. It loads 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. And it delivers like 2:30 at a Walmart DC. Really? So I waited a few minutes because I got a little agitated. And I shot him a message. I said, so much for a long weekend. Nothing. No comment, nothing. So I left it alone for a little while. I try not to act out of anger or emotion or rash. So I got my wits about me a little bit. And I just went ahead and called the general manager at her house. And said, we need to talk. I'm a little bit frustrated. So we started hashing stuff out. And according to her, she didn't know that I'd been asking for a full weekend off. The word wasn't going up the chain of command to her. So, you know where I'm... So, I asked her, I said, well, I didn't know if I'm screwing up. Y'all trying to run me off? Or what? Oh, no. You're not screwing up. You're doing a great job. I've heard your dispatcher say you're the best driver on his board. And I said, well, that's all fine and well. Thank you for the acknowledgement. I said, now how does that get me home? I said, the whole idea of going regional was so I could get more quality home time. Well, we hashed that out a little more. And she allowed that she had been running me like she was because she was afraid I would get mad that I wasn't getting enough miles. And I told her I appreciated it. That was a fine line that she has to walk there. And it really is, folks. You think about it. And she said today, when you and Larry walked in there and we said you was emptying in Buddha, she says, I wish you hadn't mentioned, remember I need to go home. And I said, well, I assumed I would load out, come right back to the yard, you'd have something going to Houston. I didn't think I'd get a BS Walmart load. Any truck driver out there listening, they know Walmart equals BS. So I said, well, evidently the chain of communication is getting broke. I said, do I just have to call you to get my time off when I want? I said, I ain't going to ask for every weekend, a full weekend every weekend. You know, I said, but I would like to be able to plan some stuff. She says, actually, that's a good idea. She says, when you're wanting to pull weekend, just shoot me a text, and that way I'll know. She said, now you already know, for me to get you home on weekends like that, it's going to cost you some miles. Yeah, I understand that. It is what it is. So, he's down there beside me revving up his motor. Can you believe that? So, that's where we're at. I said, well, while you're on the phone, I said, next weekend, I want to pull a weekend. She said, you'll get it. I'll have you home Friday. Fair enough. Thank you. So, moral of the story is I just need to take some of my own advice. And now a lot of us are good at just handing out advice, but do we really take our own advice? I try to, but I am human. I do human stuff. I mess up. I get angry, to put it mildly. So, I'm glad I caught her, and I told her that. I said, I feel a little bit better after talking to you. Now, whether she's blowing smoke or not, I don't know, folks. Only time's going to tell that. But like I told her, I said, we've got our own little chain of communication now. So we need to communicate. And like I told my wife after the call, when I let her know about the call, I said, this puts a monkey on her back. She knows that I ain't happy with the way it's been going. She knows why. She knows how I'm thinking. So now it takes it out of the dispatcher's hands. Whether he was screwing up not giving her the word or not, I don't know. But he just got relieved of that. So, and she micromanages that office anyway from what I see. And she damn sure is the one that loads drivers out of the yard. She assigns the loads. So now the whole deal is on her back. So if it's not working right now, guess who I talked to? Her. And the next one in chain of command is her uncle, who owns the company. So I hope I don't have to go there. I don't want to be known as the crybaby truck driver, or the one that runs to the owners because they're friends and blah 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 blah. I'd rather use the proper channels. I'd rather go through the proper chain of command. And I almost skipped it. I almost just left her out of that chain of command and went straight to the uncle. I didn't do that, which is a good thing. So, every once in a while I have to take my own advice. I'm glad I did today. I wish he would take my advice and quit idling that up. He might be sitting there doing a regen and it might get real loud here real soon. Nope, that ain't regen. Alright folks, I'm going to let you go. Remember, God loves you, so do I. You have a blessed evening now. Be safe. Bye.